step aboard the Enterprise and travel through the galaxy. Imagine stepping into a full-scale replica of the iconic starship, where the exterior appears to be under construction, solving the technical challenges of building such a massive structure, while the interior transports you to a fully immersive voyage on the Enterprise. This isn't science fiction. This is the Enterprise project. As a guest, you'll spend the night aboard the ship, taking part in virtual missions alongside trained actors who bring the Star Trek universe to life. But this vision extends beyond just a theme park. It includes building the first Federation town, an environmentally friendly, high-tech community where people can actually live Roddenberry's vision of the future. The Federation Visitor Center will serve as our headquarters, security hub, and the largest Star Trek museum ever created. This is a grassroots movement, and we need 1 million fans to unite before approaching investors. The success of this mission depends on all of us. Together, we can make the impossible possible.
Computer, what time is it?
The time is 8:58 a.m.
Good morning, Trekkies. Ernesto Luton, Director of the Enterprise Project. How are you today? Today, I thought today I would tackle one of the big questions, the one that's on a lot of people's minds, and something I don't know if I've been avoiding it, but we're going to deal with it right now, and that's the Paramount question. Have you contacted Paramount? Don't you need Paramount's permission to do what you're doing? What do you think Paramount will say? The whole, Paramount thing. And I've attempted to contact Paramount from the very beginning. Of course, I started off writing letters. But it became clear to me that even if Paramount responded to those letters, you know what the response would be? Well, No, of course not. I mean, we are the little guys, we don't have any, connection to Paramount. We're not actors, we're not this, we're not that. And Paramount will say no to anybody. And they've said no to everybody. Cosplayers, filmmakers, have caught hell from Paramount. So, what are you going to do about Paramount? Well, eventually, if this thing takes off, we're going to have to deal with that. And that is why we want 1 million members. And so your first thought, I guess, is, well, if you get 1 million members, how's that change the dynamics with Paramount? Well, it's not just 1 million members. Of course, we want 1 million members. We want 2 million members. But if those 1 million members are just like me, we might be able to, to come up with a nice financial platform in order to, elevate ourselves. But it's not going anywhere. No, in that million are going to be the people that we need to help pull this off. We may not even need to get to 1 million, because I may be looking at, or you may be looking at me, an individual that is paramount to our needs. And he's sitting right there watching. But within that 1 million membership will be the people that we need to get this done. There'll be lawyers, and they're all Trekkies. So we want the people in these various fields who are Trekkies, who would believe in this, who want this, and who are able to help us do this. So in that 1 million, we need everybody, government people, politicians, lawyers, doctors, scientists, engineers, all those people within that million. And then we can pull them in and we can create an organization that will be able to actually get this job done. Because we can't do it alone. We're the little people. But it's the little people with some of the other people who aren't so little that we can get together, all of us under the banner of Trekkies, all under the banner of building this dream, making this dream come true. Government, politicians, wealthy, kings, queens from other countries, governments from other countries. This is not just an American project. The Enterprise Project is worldwide, and there's no guarantee, unfortunately, that we will even build it in the United States. And that would be a shame, I think, if we didn't. I'm being kind of, prejudiced. I definitely want it here. But if Saudi Arabia says, "Hey, we'll build it," am I going to say no? Are we going to say no? I mean, of course they're going to give us all tickets to get over there, right? Send a shuttle. Okay. Think about it, guys. That's why we need 1 million people, and that's why we need everybody to, step it up. Take a look at this video. We'll get back on the other side.
You need to hear this if you're a Star Trek fan or just fed up with the world as it is. Imagine a place where sustainability, technology and social justice aren't just buzzwords, but a way of life. That's the town of Lucille, inspired by the hopeful future of Star Trek. Here we prioritize renewable energy, organic farming and responsible resource management. Our advanced tech, from driverless cars to cutting-edge healthcare, makes life easier and more fulfilling. In the town of Lucille, everyone has access to quality housing and healthcare regardless of income or status. It's a place where seniors live comfortably, kids grow up safe, and everyone can thrive. This isn't just a dream, it's a blueprint for a better future. Join us in building the town of Lucille, where we turn the ideals of the Federation into reality. Live long and prosper with us.
Now, what is that old mafia phrase? Something like, we'll offer them a deal that they can't refuse. Well, that's the kind of way we gotta hit Paramount. We gotta offer Paramount or whoever's in charge of the property at that point a deal they can't refuse. And that means our membership is packed with people that Paramount will not be able to say no to. You see, if I go to Paramount right now, bam, it's no. And they probably want $10 for, using their intellectual property. But if the government goes, if the politicians go, if the influential people go, if some of Paramount's board members who might be members of the Enterprise Project go, then what? Then Paramount can't say no. And then I'm told by some of the experts, because I've talked to a lot of the people that are very deeply involved in the Trek universe, and I'm not going to name names, but I've talked to them, and like what's coming up is our shuttle, building the shuttlecraft, and they say, everyone says, that you don't even need Paramount's permission to build the shuttlecraft if you're not going to make money from it. So that is why we've already decided that, when the shuttle's built, it's free. It's going to be free. It's like just building a prop. Any kind of, like the prop builders, they build props. Well, this is going to be a prop. And we're going to build this prop together, the whole country, all of us, the whole world is going to build this prop together. and it's going to be free. So we don't really even need Paramount's permission. I've already written them about this several times. Got no response yet. We will see, because we don't exist, man, and that's the problem. We don't exist. Surely we exist in our own little world, and on our YouTube, Facebook, our internet world. Our website, we have 600, 700 members. So we exist, but we're small. We're like a mosquito, not even a mosquito. That's why they don't even come after us for using their intellectual property, which I thought they would, and then I would ask them, hey, at that time, while you're on the phone, can we use it? Because I've tried to get in touch with you guys. I've been waiting for them to contact me, to get the letter, What's the letter? The big letter, Cease, We have a backup plan for that. But I've been waiting for any kind of communication. And, forget it. We don't need it. Especially if we're building the shuttlecraft and it's going to be free. Like I said, it's going to be absolutely free. So how'll that work? Well, if you donate to the shuttlecraft, if you give $20, $25, $30 to the shuttlecraft build, when it's built, and that shuttle's going to be moving all around the country, when it gets to your area, and you want to get on it, and you want to have a ride, and you want to, sit in the seat of your choice, bam, you donated, so you get priority seating, you get priority, position, and so like, say you gave $25, you're right at the front of the line. But if somebody in your same area, which is unlikely, but if somebody's in your same area, same neighborhood, and happens to be there, of course, people are going to come from miles around to get on that shuttlecraft. Totally immersive. I mean, beautiful things that are in this shuttle that weren't in the movie. I mean, in the television show. But the look will be the same. But when you push certain buttons, things will pop open. Bunk beds. A toilet. Yeah, it's all going to be there. So I mean, totally immersive. When you get in this thing, you're going to be flying through space, and that's the way it's going to feel and look. The whole thing, and free. So like I said, you gave 25, somebody in your same area, 2 or 3 people maybe, one gave 30, one gave 50. So you 3 are first in line. The 50 first, the 30, and the 25. And that's the way it'll work. So we'll position that, but it's going to be free. So how are we going to get it there if it's free? Well, the sponsor of the event is going to have to get the shuttlecraft there. And the shuttlecraft will be able to move on its own. Wheels will be able to, pop up. That's why it's costing so much. Wheels, but that's only parade, mode. So it's in parades or whatever. It can go on its own power. Other than that, it's going to have to be trucked. And so who's going to pay for that? The event owner. Whatever event we have, they'll pay for the transportation of the shuttlecraft. So that's how we're, it's supposed to work it all out. The details will get, honed later on, especially around November when we start the process. So that's where we're at, guys. We need a break. Take a look at this video, and we'll get back on the other side.
Trekkie. It's a word that conjures images of conventions, costumes, and perhaps even a bit of affectionate teasing. But what does it truly mean to be a Trekkie? Is it simply about enjoying the Star Trek shows and movies? Or does it run deeper, encompassing a love for the universe, its values, and the community it has built? At its core, being a Trekkie is about more than just passive viewing. It's about active engagement with the Star Trek universe. Trekkies delve into the intricacies of the storylines, characters, and technology. They debate plot points, analyze character motivations, and even craft their own fan fiction. But Trekkiedom goes beyond intellectual engagement. It's about embracing the values at the heart of Star Trek: inclusivity, diversity, and a belief in a brighter future. These values resonate strongly with Trekkies, fostering a sense of belonging and shared purpose. The seeds of Trekkie culture were sown in the late 1960s alongside the original Star Trek series. Early fans, hungry for more content and connection, created fanzines, organized gatherings, and even wrote letters to NBC advocating for the show's renewal. One of the earliest milestones in Trekkie history was the emergence of the first Star Trek fanzine in 1967. This marked the beginning of organized fan activity and demonstrated the growing enthusiasm for the show. Conventions soon followed, offering a space for Trekkies to connect, share their passion, and celebrate all things Star Trek. The cancellation of the original series in 1969, rather than extinguishing the fandom, seemed to only fuel its growth. Reruns introduced Star Trek to a new generation, further expanding the Trekkie community. The launch of in 1973 and the subsequent film and television series throughout the years cemented Star Trek's place in popular culture and ensured the continued growth of its dedicated fan base. The impact of Star Trek and its fans extends far beyond the realm of entertainment. The series' optimistic vision of the future, where technology is used for good and humanity has overcome its differences, has inspired countless viewers. Star Trek's commitment to diversity and inclusivity, groundbreaking for its time, broke down barriers and fostered a sense of hope for a better future. This message resonated deeply with Trekkies, many of whom found a welcoming and accepting community within the fandom. The terms Trekkie and Trekker have often been used interchangeably, but there's a subtle distinction that has been the subject of much debate within the fandom. While both terms signify a love for Star Trek, Trekker is often seen as a more serious, even academic designation. The advent of the internet ushered in a new era for Trekkie fandom. Online forums, fan sites, and social media groups provided platforms for fans across the globe to connect, discuss theories, share fan creations, and even organize campaigns to support the franchise. The internet has undeniably made it easier than ever to be a Trekkie. With streaming services providing access to every episode and film, fans can now immerse themselves in the Star Trek universe at any time. Online communities offer a sense of belonging, allowing fans to connect with like-minded individuals from all walks of life. So, what does it mean to be a Trekkie in the 21st century? It's about embracing the enduring legacy of Star Trek, celebrating its values, and connecting with a global community that shares a passion for a universe that continues to inspire and entertain.
You know, my wife, who supports the group, you've seen pictures of her in uniform, wearing the shirt. She is not a Trekkie. And when I first told her about the dream, she all but laughed and said, "This will not work." And I took that on as a challenge right there. So I'm imploring you guys, are you going to let her win? Is she right? We can't do this? Little guys, we can't get 1 million, little guys together, members? I mean, it doesn't take, all of us don't have to be little guys, We could use a few big guys too. But are we going to let her be right? 1 million Trekkies, is that too much? That's the question. That's the question. All right, guys. I've talked enough this Thursday. I will see you next Thursday, same time, same channel. And as always, live long and prosper.